Okay, thought we'd do a video here today. Haven't done one in a while, but here we go. It's going to be a variation on a parachute Adams. The body that's going to make a little bit of a variation is the body material we're going to be using is a bleached and dyed stripped muskrat gray peacock herl from Nature Spirit. So let's get started. This is the hook I'm putting in the vise is an MFC size 16. It's a black barbless dry fly hook. So we're going to get our thread started. I'm going to use a dark gray MFC 8/0 thread. So we're going to get this started right here about a little bit back from the eye. Go ahead and clip our tag in. I'm going to run the thread back to the bend of the hook. Tailing material on this fly is going to be some Coq de Leon. I'm going to pull down a good little bunch here. Get the tips all evened up. Pinch them. And I want to go a little bit more than that. So we got our tips all evened up. We're going to pinch it off. Then I'm going to measure my tail the same length as the hook shank. Come in here. Get a couple good wraps to hold it. And I'm going to come in underneath. And I'm going to lay down, I'm going to bind this down up to about the 80% point. Okay, so the body on this fly is a stripped peacock herl, and it's muskrat gray. The product comes from Nature Spirit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it here on the side of the hook. I'm going to bind this down. Then I'm going to come up here a little bit and I'm going to build up just a little bit of a tapered body. Just a little bit. Okay, there we go. I'm going to take my hackle pliers. And then I'm going to wrap this forward. This stuff gives you a really nicely segmented body. I'm going to run it right up to about where I'm going to, a little bit past where I'm going to tie in the parachute post. I'm going to clip the tag end. Now for durability, I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm going to coat this with a UV resin. A little heavy there, but it'll work out. Okay, so we got a nice coat of UV resin on the body. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the UV light. Okay, that should cure it. Alright, so now we're going to tie in the parachute post. What I'm going to use for the parachute post is a Montana Fly product called Widow's Web, and it's in a color silver. You can also use white, but this is the silver color. So I'm going to set this in parallel to the hook shank, and I want to tie it in at about the 80% point. I'm going to set it right on top, a couple wraps to hold it, and then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees to create like a spinner wing. Okay, now I'm going to stand it up, and we're going to wind it up the post. Come back down here. Put a few wraps here in front. Now I'm going to run the thread right up behind the eye of the hook, and we're going to grab the hackles. And we got one grizzly. And one brown. I'm going to tie these in together. So I'm going to tie them in shiny side to me on both of them. Okay, so I've got them tied in, and now I'm going to come up the post with them. And what I'm basically doing is doing the concave around the post. So they're both tied in shiny side facing forward. I'm going to go ahead and bind these, come up the post a little ways. Okay, so now we're going to run back down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to dub the thorax. For the dubbing, I'm going to use a Baetis Gray, a fine Baetis Gray. Now when you dub this, you want to make sure you end up with the dubbing right in front of the post. So now I'm going to take the dubbing here, I'm going to dub the thread. Okay, that should do it. You don't want to get carried away here. So now I'm going to just start dubbing this. I'm going to kind of go in front. I'm going to run back onto where we got the hurl. Tighten this up a little bit. So now I'm going to go up here to the front. A couple wraps. And there we go. Finished it basically right in front of the, I'll clip that off here. So now what I want to do is take the thread and get it on the post. So I'm going to come up around the post and drop it back down on my side. But first I'm going to clip. There we go. I'm going to clip that dubbing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap both of the hackles at the same time. With these being as long as they are, I don't think I'm going to need a set of hackle pliers. So I'm going to just start up here. And wrap down, get about 7 or 8 good wraps. One more should do her. Okay. And now I'm going to drop the hackle on my side and then take the thread on around the post. Take that thread on around the post. So now we've got that. We're we're gonna clip the, we're gonna clip the hackle. Wrap it a few times, and then I'm going to take and jump the thread right to the eye of the hook, and then we're going to do a quick whip finish. We'll clip our thread. And just do some quick adjustments here. Then I'm going to take a drop of head cement right on the top of the post and let that soak down into the and everything. And now we'll grab our scissors and we're going to clip our parachute to about the shank length long. Kind of spread it out a little bit and do a quick clipping here. And there we have it. A variation on the Parachute Adams with a quill body. Hope you enjoy.